do at some point in our life, I can help you and support you. Come to me, and I'll turn that frown upside down. Not to, make the person sound like it's hard, but to take you very seriously. Or let's say you just wanted to fit into those pair of jeans that you've finally given up on fitting into. Come to me, and we'll be able to get you into those jeans. Or finally, while you're here, if you want to be able to take organic produce and have it all year long at a reasonable price, which as we both know, having organic and reasonable prices is sometimes discomfort, but with preserving, we can do this. So come to me and I can help you preserve to make that happen. But also in here is I'm actually a certified master food preserver, which I learned from our local Cornell University cooperative here. So I'm well certified in being able to help you. And what we're going to do today is we're going to be pickling eggs, which I do have.
George! So pickling eggs?
We're going to pickle some eggs, just like this here, okay? And I do have samples for you to try later. And the reason why I've chosen eggs is because eggs are very forgiving. They are not shelf stable. They'll have to go in the refrigerator, but you can take this recipe home with you and you can pickle your eggs. They're very forgiving. You can add whatever kind of ingredients you want, and they'll be good for in the refrigerator for up to a month. Whereas things like this with pickles or asparagus or your tomatoes, there is a specific U.S. government procedure that you really should take. You want to follow recipes that are in books like this or that are approved by the government. They've hired scientists and chemists to make sure that microbial bacteria doesn't grow so much that people get sick. These sort of botulism, I'm sure. So I know it sounded sad to me when I first started because what about my grandma's recipes? I want to be able to take those and keep them going. But I wanted to make sure my family was healthy. I went and I looked in this book and some different various websites that they have provided, and I was able to pick ones that were very similar to my grandmother. So my kids won't know the difference down the road as it's passed from generation, but I'll be knowing that I'm giving them safe information. So if you did want to learn that you can take the pickle eggs, as I mentioned, and we're going to get to that in 1 second, and you can take that home with you and use right away. But if you did want to take whatever you're growing in your garden or that you get locally from all of these people here, I'm going to be setting up a class later in the season where it'll be a group class. It'll be very reasonable price, and we can go through, we'll have more time, each of the steps you need to take to make sure it's safe. Or you could also do one-on-one. I could come to your house and just work with you or your family, or you could bring your friends over. And the benefit to that is I could teach you what you wanted. So if it's, I have lots of tomatoes in my garden, what do I do with them? We could teach you that, okay? If anybody's interested in either of the two, I can have them listed. Just give me your name and your email and what you're interested in, whether it's the group ones I may have later in the year or one-on-one. This is not a commitment to do anything. Just when I have the information set up, I'll email you. I'm not going to be hounding you with emails. That's not what it's for. It's just in case, because I don't have that set up yet, so I can't give you the information. Okay? So that's all I have to say about that. Let's move on to the actual process. I've got some things going here. I just want to check on my eggs. I thought I could see through. Almost ready. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is boil our eggs. And what I do with the eggs is I steam them, okay, which I do with my corn as well. So I don't submerge it right in water, so you keep a lot of the nutrients with corn. Eggs, obviously, is a different story. So I put the eggs in the pot, and then I have one of these little doohickeys. I guess it's an egg timer. But it's red now, and when it's on the bottom there, it will go yellow to the soft, the medium, or all yellow if it's totally done. And that's in the pot there as well, with my eggs in about this much water, okay? And it's almost all the way through, so I'm going to let that keep boiling just for a minute. And then the next...
Is that on high?
Oh, thank you. I take the lid off, I put everything in, and put it on high until it starts to boil. When it starts to boil, I put the lid on, and I turn the heat down to medium low to let it keep going.
Simmer.
Yeah, yeah. I know, I never know what those terms are, so I was going to between medium and low. Too low, it just won't work. And the thing is what I do too is I'll take them out and I'll test one, just to make sure it's cooked. I don't like when they get that green, which can often happen, so that's why I love this little doohickey, whatever it's called. But at the same time, I've actually done it for whatever reason. I crack it in, it's like totally not cooked. Put them back in, like they're forgiving. That's why I love doing this with you today, because it's also forgiving. Okay? So this one, now that we've got a little more, I would say these are pretty good. So I'm just going to shut that off. This is my first time using this, so we'll see. You guys are my guinea pigs? Okay, so how I do it with the eggs. These are fresh eggs, which I get right from behind your here, Elizabeth at Time Right Farms. Her eggs are actually 1 to 3 weeks old. By government regulations, the eggs, even the cage-free organic that we buy in the grocery store, by law, those eggs can be, the farmer has from time that the chicken lays them to get them in the carton 30 days. Then the supermarket has from the carton to the consumer's hands another 30 days. And now they still have to get from the farmer to the grocery store. So your eggs can be 2 to 3 months old. And that's not even to speak of when they're in your fridge. How long are they in your fridge till you release them, right? So I really do try to support our local, but also for yourself. It's just so much healthier. Now, because they're fresh, they have so much life in them. My hands are very clean, by the way, just so you know. I've washed them and I've sanitized. The egg wants to just continue to hold on to the shell. So I don't know if you've ever peeled a fresh egg, I bet you have. And all of the shell comes off, all the egg comes off of the shell, and you end up with this weird looking thing. Which for pickling is very bad, because if the yolk's showing, it's going to make the liquid inside not very good, right? So what we do is this. We take our eggs and put them in an ice bath. And it's fine if you kind of smash them a little, because then they will sort of break open a bit. So we put all our eggs in there, and then we're just going to let them sit there for a little bit. Oh shoot, I just messed 2 up. I'm a little nervous, folks, so I apologize, and I just broke 2 of them. So we will, 1 jar short today, but we're going to let that sit for a minute. Now we got to take this off, because now what we're going to get going next is our pickling liquid. Okay, so we need eggs, but we also need to have a liquid, right? Now I'm following a recipe that's in here. I'm not, because eggs are so forgiving, I'm not doing their pickled recipe in there. It did not look good to me. It was pure vinegar. Didn't like it. So I'm using more of a pickling solution that you would use for these. And again, because it's in the fridge, it's okay. Okay, and I did find it online as well. So now I'm putting 6 tablespoons of actual pickling salt. Salt's always a question. People say, I don't like to use this type of salt because of iodized and what have you. I agree, I don't at home for everything else, but for pickling, I would use the pickling salt. I just don't want to mess around with it. Down the road, I probably will play a little more with it and do some more research, but this point I use this salt. Okay? So you need 6 tablespoons of that. Then we need 3 cups. And again, because it's pickles, you don't need to, I'm not going on the side going, is it right? When I'm doing for those, I do. Okay, so I need 3 cups of vinegar. Very hot. Yep, thank you. So we got our vinegar in there, and then I also need 3 cups of water. And I do, when I pickle, use water not from the tap, because it's got fluoride in it, and I really don't want to pickle with fluoride. And it's also, I don't have, if you have one of those handy dandy, what are they? Filters that goes through, then that's great. But if you don't, I really recommend using bottled water. I really, at home, I don't even get this kind. I get it delivered in glass jars because I really have a problem with plastic. But in any event, this is what we're using today.
What about beet juice? Do you ever use beet juice in water?
I have not, but you can. You would just have to make sure that it works with your, make sure that it works with your recipe, or with your recipe. You know what I mean? So I have to do a bit of research, but that's something if you contact me, I can look into for you. And I do have the support of Cornell University, which questions I don't know, that I can go to them for answers. So I don't really know the answer to that, but we can find out if it's something you really want to do, okay? Okay, so then I'm just going to give that a little bit of a stir, and I'm going to get that just boiling. It's very full, because I just got these induction burners, and then the induction pots, and this is the size I got, so this is where we're at. Okay, you can keep an eye on. You see this starting to go crazy and I don't notice it. Would you mind letting me know? That'd be great. Okay, so we're just going to let that go. And now we've got to move on to sterilizing our jars and getting our jars. Our eggs are just still sitting there. They're just getting cool enough to be easy to pickle. So now I did get, this is just water. And for this you can use your tap water because it's not going to really make a difference, okay? But for the other, I really do recommend that you use tap water. Okay, so what we need to do with our jars. Now, again, I'm going to keep referring to pickling and real pickling. You want to make sure your jars, now these are brand new, don't have any nicks on them. Because if there's any nicks, you're not going to get the seal you need, and again, you're going to spoil your food, okay? So these ones are brand new, I've checked them all, they're fine. And what we need to do is we need to boil them. I'm going to put them in warm sudsy water, okay? Because just to get them clean, and then you need to sanitize them this way. You can't put them in a dishwasher, that will not sanitize them, okay? You can't use just hot water, that will not sanitize them. There still can be microbacterial in there, which will make them freeze. Okay, it may not, but who wants to take that chance, right? When you've done all the work and you got all the produce. So we're just going to let that boil for 2 minutes. This needs slipping, I don't know why. Just need to give our liquid a little stir because we need all of that salt to dissolve. It's almost ready. So while that's going, we're going to go ahead and get our eggs peeled. Now let's hope this worked. Sometimes it works better than others. So we're going to take an egg. Now there's a couple ways. I'm going to try a new way that I saw. You guys watch Food Network? So there are things you can do with Food Network that they said, and I'm going to try it today rather than doing this belaborious way. And then I just put them back in because you always get those little pieces of shell, okay? So, but on Food Network, it's one of those contests, you know, and you had to show somebody, I'm going to teach you something you can take home. They put them in here. Now, I've messed up one of the eggs, so I'm going to put 3 eggs in here. And apparently, if I shake this up, does it work? Have you done it? Okay, so wish me luck. Apparently, if I do this, tell me how long. Am I good, you think?
I have lots of cracks in it.
I broke an egg, but so look at that. It all came apart. Oh, let's see, I did another one. I think I like peeling them by hand. Maybe I was just too rough. Okay, so that one didn't work so well. None of them did. We're gonna make 1 jar today, people, because I have 2 eggs that work. Okay, anyway, that's okay. We get the idea. We tried something new. We have 2 eggs that are still good. See, I did this as well. This is just me learning, people. So if you come back at 11:30, maybe we'll avoid these mistakes. But thank you for laughing.
How to peel an egg by
I know, right? You think that's easy, right? Not for me.
No, it isn't.
Just to make sure they're at least 2 weeks old.
That's a very good point. Thank you. I forgot to mention that. That's right. The older your eggs are, yeah, so the ones you buy at the grocery store is fantastic. But you really don't want that. But I do. I keep my eggs in my fridge. I always have 2 dozen at home, and I always know one is the freshest, and the other one have been around a while. And it's great if you've been away or something, and your eggs are in the fridge. Pickle them, right? Why waste them? And in that book, I have not looked into it, but while I was looking into this, apparently you can freeze eggs. I don't know about that. I'll look into that, and with freezing, maybe I'll mention that later. Okay, so this should have worked a little better, but we get the gist, right? You all understand how to the process? Good. So I don't feel like I totally failed on that one. Okay, so our liquid now is ready.
Try something.
I did try something new. I know that was daring of me, right? Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I would feel free to look at that. You can get that online. And I did intend on having a weir out there, and I didn't. But it is a great little book. So then you just take these right out, like this. Okay, and let them sit. And now they're sterilized. Now we are outside. I prefer that you do this in your kitchen, where we're not going to have things flying at them, but here we are. So now I'm going to do what I do at home, because this is how I like them. So if we get them ready sitting here, I'm going to add a little onion to the bottom, which I've already just sliced. It's just white onion. You can use any kind of onion that you like. I kind of like the onion, so I put quite a bit in, especially because it's good in your fridge for a month. So if you put quite a bit of your ingredients that you want it to taste like, more than you would normally think, you can eat them sooner. It takes about a week, 5 days, 7 days before you're going to get a pickle taste. And so then you have another 3 weeks to work with it. And then the other thing that I always put in is garlic. And I just took these pre-made, but it's probably better that you buy them fresh, you know, from Elizabeth or whomever. And I'll put a couple of garlic in each. And I won't today because I'm not making 3 jars, I forgot. But I often put, and I have some samples of the habanero. These habaneros are so freaking tame though. I'm not happy with them. They're not that spicy what I made, but anyhow, there we are. Okay, so we've got our jars filled with what we want other than the eggs. And then I boiled some water. And then you're going to put, now this doesn't really need to be done for the pickled eggs, but I just want to show you the steps. you put the water in, put them in a container, and put them in here so that when you add the hot liquid, the jars are hot from there, but now the ingredients you put in are also warmed up, and they won't crack. Because you know what happens when you have hot and cold jars, they can crack. And then also we have the lids, okay? We do want the lids to seal. You cannot reuse these lids. You can reuse these, the seals, or I don't know, whatever, the screw part, the ring, thank you. You can reuse, that's exactly what it's called. But these lids you cannot reuse, because see that red on there? That is actually like a sticky part. There's a name for it, but again, I'm not. But when that it's heat activated, so I'm going to put these in here, and I'm going to add hot water, and that is going to activate that steel, just like you lick a stamp. That's what happens. Now you can use them again. I keep mine two separately, so you can use them again. I use a lot of mason jars just to keep like oats or whatever. You can use them for that. You don't need that seal. But when you're canning, you need the seal. And I do like to do that even for the pickles, pickled eggs, because I like that good seal in the fridge for the first week so that they can really take in the, you know what I mean? Okay? So now we'll put, unfortunately we have 2 only eggs. We're going to put our eggs in a jar. Okay, that's all I messed up the eggs, you missed that. I tried something new and it all fell apart. Never try something new in front of people, but I have these lovely people and they were so nice. They just were like, first time you tried it. So I didn't feel so bad. Okay, so now what we're going to do, and this is going to be a little tricky because it's very close and I thought I need it all. We just, one thing I'm doing, we want to use this toothpick. And this is just a funnel so that we don't have spillage. You don't need to use it, but it's fancy and I have it, so we use it. And then we just take our liquid and we fill the jar. Probably enough there. Okay. Now when you're really doing pickling, you want to make sure that you have a 1/2 inch headspace, which we do not here, but I'm going to pour some of that out. Push that back. Okay, so normally, because this is forgiving, I'm not going to worry too much about it, but what you would do is you would take the measuring and you make sure you have a 1/2 inch headspace here. It's just so that anything that's happening in the jar, it has room. It's not going to be totally sealed. It's going to blow up. Okay? And then you do want to just move and I use a chopstick, but you can actually buy a device. I just use a chopstick. In the past, someone used a ruler, and you just want to get the air out. Okay, so now this is a pipe that's normally though this would be totally submerged with a 1/2 inch headspace. You got that? Okay? And then we're going to stir these around. And this is when I do recommend you get these are the 2 tools that really for canning you really, really want to have. This has got a magnet at the end, so when you pick it up out of the hot water, you can just do that and you don't really want to touch it. So you just sort of do that. So now there's no more bacteria in there or anything like that. And this is really, really important. When you go to put it on, okay, it's a finger tight. That's it.
Wait for the lid to seal on its own.
It won't seal now. Okay, so when I just set that on there, that's not going to seal it, okay? So just give me 1 second, I'm going to get to that, okay? So what we've done with this jar is a finger tight seal. If I put it too loose, then it's not going to seal at all. It won't have a chance. If I put it too tight, it could explode because it needs to have just that right amount. So it's literally just like that. It's a little finger tight. Does that make sense? And you can try it if you want to come up and see what I've done. That's fine. Now, for this, we're done. Okay, we're just going to wait till they warm up on the counter, and then we're going to put them in the fridge. We're going to leave it 5 to 7 days before we open it. In the fridge, it will seal. Okay, you're going to have to, like with mine, I had to use one of these to take the lid off. If it doesn't, it's okay because it was in the fridge. I try to put mine kind of in the back because our fridge gets open a lot. We really just don't, we want the least amount of warmth getting to them as possible. Okay, so this one's done, but if we were doing pickles, we would have pot like this. It doesn't have to be a candy pot, but it has to be big enough. You're going to fill it with water and let that boil. Okay, so it has to be coming to a boil. Then you're going to use this, which is the jar, and you're going to lift them and you're going to put them into the water. They need to have at least 2 inches above the jar. So if you have bigger jars, you just have to make sure you have enough water in there. If there's not, when you get them in, take them right out, put more water and bring it to a boil again. I often will boil with my kettle and add the water, but I still take them out. Otherwise, you're going to overcook whatever you can. Okay. And then it depends on what you're canning. So you're going to rely on this cookbook for the government-approved recipes. Okay. For the time, it's usually 10 to 20 minutes that you're going to boil it. Then you're going to take the lid off and let it calm down. Then you're going to take the jars out. Another very important part. Again, I'm not teaching enough to go home and pickle those, but I'm just trying to give you the idea. It really is easy, so that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. When you take it out of the water, you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that. You have to literally pick it up like this. You're going to have water on the top, and you're going to take it over to a cloth that you're going to have laid out, and you're going to set them down with at least an inch between each one, and you leave them there alone, not disturbed, for 12 to 24 hours. I leave mine for 24 hours. I just don't want to take a chance. But if 12, why do they take 12 to 24? Right? How do we know if it's done in 12? And then what you're going to do, which is everybody's astonished by, I was astonished by, here, I'll take one and have one. Is when they're all after the 24 hours, you're going to take this off, and this is how you store it. You do not keep this, because if you do, so this is sealed. Okay, it's perfectly sealed. This is doing nothing now. The only thing this is doing is causing problems. Because if you do have a problem, which can happen, even if you're a master preserver, something can happen. So you made a mistake or what have you, you miss something, you will see that it will build up around here. If this is on, you won't notice this much. And right away then you will just go ahead and just go. If you see that, you don't keep it, throw it away. Okay, if the lid pops off or you see anything seeping out, something's happening, don't eat it. Don't rinse it, don't eat it. Okay? And then you just store them like this and they're good for a year. Okay? And that is really all. Kiefer, this is my son Kiefer. He's going to help us. Everybody want to try a sample of the egg and the asparagus? What? Okay. Now I do have both kinds. I have regular egg and they're supposed to be really spicy. Look at all the habaneros. I've got one. Look at all the habaneros in there. They are not spicy habaneros, people. There's a little bit of a kick in the end, but nothing like, you can stop that now, darling. Nothing like I would have expected.